What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I know a lot of my subscribers have been requesting a few videos, specifically on how to chart markups, how to set up your charts, how to navigate through TradingView, things like that too. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to stop this so you guys can focus. Right. So here's how it's going to go down. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my charts and set them up so that way you can see how somebody does it. So if you're ever needing any help, or if you're ever needing anything when it comes to marking up charts or when it comes to choosing zones, I hope this video gives you more insight. Now, at first, I want you to realize that you should start fresh for everything. So right now it's Thursday, October 24th, 9:47 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. For this, I'm currently in this, so I'm going to leave that one up there. But every single one of these, I'm not in. So what I can do is readjust. So I can literally go to this bottom left corner here, show object tree, manage drawings, and I'm just going to delete every single one except odd CAD. Delete that one, that one. Okay. So what did I do? I just made sure that every single one of these charts are clean so I can remove the flags. Because I want you to see what it looks like for an extremely clean chart and how I would mark them up. And then I know it's getting towards the end of the week. When the market opens back up on Monday, I'm going to do a review of how these trades went and how they happened, each and every single one of these pairs. So strap in, get ready. This is how it's going to go. Now, these trades are not called out on the scanner, the harmonic scanner. These are just trades being sent out by me personally. So you can always refer to this video for more insight on that. But the reason why I'm picking these areas is because they're strong zones. When you have stronger zones and more of it's like a coil. When you wrap a coil up, it basically has no choice but to expand outwards. So that's what you're doing with price. You're waiting for price to be coiled up in these zones, in these areas, and then wait for price to shoot out, do a retest, and then finally release all the tension of it being trapped in there, of it being stuck in here. So we wait for a breakout and then a slow retracement for the final move. Or we wait for a move to the upside past these levels over here, and over here. So this is showing us it's a strong resistance or a ceiling. Just wait for a break of that ceiling. Once you have a break and a close above this ceiling, just wait for price to go back in this zone. So between 6781 or 67891 and 67927, you want to draw those lines on your chart and draw a zone, a rectangle between each of them. So it's more of a visual representation. Then just wait. I mean, also another thing I like to add is predictions. So that's 1 and that's 2 of how the market's going to go. Reason why I drop the yellow circles is because it tells you where the market could potentially go. So, or what we're essentially looking for. If these markets are inside this zone and trapped in between here, I want to see a break, a close, and then our slow retest back into that zone or into that yellow circle, and then eventually, boom, that real move. Chris Terry is the one who made a lot of his money catching not only the break or the retest, but the actual move, right? So that's how things happen. So there's a ceiling here. It broke the ceiling, became a floor, and then the real move happened. So we just got to capitalize on this real move. Now, because we are trapped in here, the break is one move, the retest or the retracement or the correction, and then the real move is what we're trying to capture. Same thing to the upside too. If we see a shift in momentum or a continuation of this uptrend, see price go up, close above, and because of the repetition factor over here, that would also be something we're looking for too. So that's AUD CHF. So I hope that one makes sense. Pretty straightforward. Australian dollar to the United States dollar. This one's a little more complex because we're in a little bit of a consolidation. So, but because this strategy is so lucrative, you could literally use it for any currency pair anywhere it's currently at. So this is what I would do for this one. Literally, that's it. Now, I mean, I could also mark up a zone up here too, just to show structure. But what I want everyone to realize on this one is that there's more than one option. For example, it could be the middle zone, the bottom zone, or the top zone. So that's what I'm going to draw up for you right now. What I'm also going to do is give you guys each and every single one of these markups too, so that way you have them. And on to the next one. So, and literally this is what I have on in the background, just in case anyone is wondering. Okay. It's a high frequency music. It's a high frequency beat similar to a metronome. So it just keeps the rhythm going. And it really allows you to keep track of time to make sure that you feel as if time is still ticking on. So this one, when it gets to a point of you just knowing where the zones go and understanding structure, that's where you can really begin to blaze through these. For somebody like myself who's like obsessed with price trap and really embodies this whole thing, just shake the nerves off, really. Like, just get in the charts and do this, do stuff, draw. If people say it's too much drawing and lines and boxes and circles and squares, I mean, that's trading for you. Like, all the professional traders, the 6, 7, 9 figure traders, 8 figure traders, that you know, people I learned from, they all do this. And they don't bitch or complain about it because they understand the journey of success isn't overnight. It happens with consolidation of your efforts and your skill sets that you develop. That's it. I hope everybody's getting value from this, because this kind of charting, I mean, I've been doing this for a minute now, and I've already blazed through like 4 currency pairs, or 3. But yeah, I mean, this is essentially it. All we're really waiting for is the same thing on each and every single one. Now, because I'm not using the scanner, they're not all going to be high probability trade setups, but still the strategy is the same. If I want to go even more in depth, what I can also do is add stuff in there too. So for example, I could add this, the rules. These rules. Oh. Like, I'll even increase the size so you can read them on the screen. Oh, a little too big. Here you go. These are the rules. So, I mean, really quick, when you're trading and doing this strategy, it's 0.01 per 100. That's proper risk management. Every single order you take, you're doing a 30 pip stop loss no matter what. Now, if you're following these rules here, if you use a 30 pip stop loss, that means you're only risking 3% of your account. $3 is 30 pips. So for a 0.01 on a $100 account, you lose 30 pips, you lose $3. So if you had $100 and I took 3, would you be mad? The essence is no. Some people would be, but that's trading. You know, trading involves risk. Results requires a lot of hard work, but you know, for the whole like proper risk management aspect of it, you need to understand that this is something that you can compound, right? And let's say, for example, you catch 1,000 pips per month. That means you're doubling your account. So by the second month, you'll have $200, third, $400, fourth, $800, fifth, $1,600, sixth, $3,200, $3,200 in 6 months, just from using proper risk management, only using 0.01s. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In 12 months, you would have accumulated $204,800 via your trading account, your brokerage, just from using 0.01 per 100 and continuing to scale. Wow, powerful stuff. So for the twin trade aspect, I always like to break it down like this. When you take a position, you take 2 positions. So if it breaks the floor and becomes a ceiling, you take a sell position and you also take an additional sell position. So you're taking 2 positions. Okay. 30 pip stop loss and 30 pip take profit on one order. And on the second order, you don't put a take profit. You simply let the trade happen and let the trend take it. You know, the best way I was explaining this is like surfing. You know, I don't know how to surf, but I've seen people do it. And literally, when they see a wave coming, they wait, they're patient, they wait, they paddle, they go, and they finally jump up on the board and they catch momentum. That's all we're waiting for here, guys. That's all we're waiting for, is to catch that piece of momentum. So the market, let's say if it totally reverses and comes back down to this lower low over here, for example. So it breaks, it comes back up to retest, we catch it, and then let's say it goes to this lower low over here. That's 214 pips potential. $214 pips potential. Wow, that's powerful. Okay, I'm gonna leave these on this one, just so you can see. Okay. That's it. How easy is that? Look, ceiling, messed around for a bit, finally broke this ceiling over here, broke it, came back down to retest, and boom, the real move happened. And that right there was a 79 pip potential. So, yeah, I mean, that is pretty amazing. Now, it's not hundreds of pips, but let's say you catch that 79 pip move, 4, 5, 6 times a day, a week, month, however fast you want to, acquire your wealth. Like, you don't have to trade every single pair, but I'm just doing this as an example to everyone to show you that you could, and it's possible to do so. But if you have people have full-time jobs, people have children, people have other things going on in their lives. I just think this is like for you to say, okay, well, you know what? Look at one of these currency pairs. Odds are one of them is going to happen. So. How easy is that? Price was a ceiling, finally broke the ceiling, became a floor. Now this is the floor, and this is the ceiling. So we're just waiting for a break. Like, the ceiling did not become a floor yet. We're just waiting for the floor to become a ceiling. Or if it does break this ceiling and become a floor, we're just waiting for the continuation, this uptrend. That's all it is. Super simple on this one. Oh, wait. I'm taking a picture of a blank chart. Hope nobody caught that. Cool. So for this one's also really easy. I just go based off structure. So right here. That's all it is. It was a ceiling. It was a ceiling. Finally broke the ceiling, became a floor. Became a floor. Ceiling, floor. Ceiling, floor. Just waiting for a break of the ceiling to become a floor and continue. Or a break of the floor, go into the ceiling and continue. That's it. I know it seems repetitive, and I know it seems redundant, I know it seems like tedious and mundane and laborious, but this is like how you become really, really good at trading. It's just understanding that once you have price trapped in between a floor and a ceiling, you just wait for one of them to happen. You have the patience, discipline, and Also the responsiveness to react to the markets when they respond off of these levels, or sorry, to respond off these to these markets when they react off the levels. That's what I meant to say. That's all it is. It's not a guessing game. It's not a guessing game. Where do you take the entries? You take the entries in the yellow circles. I usually put it in the middle of the zone. So your entry up here would be 83.188. And this one down here, it would be 82.482. Literally just gave you two entries. Stop loss is 30 pips. Take profit is 30 pips on the first order. Second order, don't put a take profit. You just trail. Okay, so that's CAD JPY. This one, because it is choppy in the middle here, I wouldn't want to risk it. So I would just be waiting for this. I know this one's going to be a bit of a longer term trade setup, and some people won't like that, but it's all good. I'm the one going to be patient, wait for these moves to happen, and not rush and force trades to happen. That's it. That's just me, though. I could be crazy. I could be obsessed, and I definitely think I am, but yeah, here it is. Ceiling floor. Looking for a break and a retest. I mean, come on, you guys. You're really going to watch me mark up 15 other pairs to know that this strategy works? Or are you just going to log off right now, go trap price, wait for a breakout and a retest, and just continue to implement the same things that I've been talking about this whole time? I don't know. If I was you, I would do this. But hey, you know, what do I know? So as a floor, or so as a ceiling, broke the ceiling, became a floor. Boom. That right there. 100 pips. Wow. You do that 6 times a week, that's 600 pips a week times 4, that's 1,000 pips right there. And that was just off of one zone. Imagine one currency pair. Sheesh. There's your 1,000 pips right there. If you do that consistently month after month, $204,800 after 12 months. I mean, come on. Come on. Who's actually down to do this, though? Who's actually down to go on these charts and look at these currency pairs and mark them up the way that I'm doing it and wait for the moves to happen? Because this is literally all I'm doing. I mean, I know it looks easy. And you know why? It's because it is. Like, I'm literally dragging this zone across. And if like you just watch where the mouse goes, I think that's the best way to learn too. If you watch this video just one time, just to see how I mark up charts. Did I do that one? I don't think I gave this one to you yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, didn't give you guys this one yet. Boom. Should probably write them next to each other. That might help. That actually will help, actually. What is that? That's Sheffield. This one is... There we go. That's a little more organized. I'm gonna also post these in the description of this video, so that way you can like follow along and just see like how it happens. My recommendation is once this video drops, take the charts, mark them up yourself, same way. So it's a ceiling. So look at price came into this zone. I'm just going from the most recent. So let's pretend none of this happened before. Like you can't see any of this stuff. All you can see is this right here. Price breaks down, creates a floor here, goes up, breaks the floor, wicks all the way down, comes back up into the zone. You take the entry, price goes and does some choppiness stuff, and then boom, finally. And that right there was, let's say you entered off this level. It's another 94 pips. So, wow. Wow. It's crazy. I hope everyone can see that. I hope it's pretty clear. From this wick to the body of the candle, from this body of the candle to the wick. It's pretty simple. Mirror GBP. I know a lot of people have been looking at this one too. This one's really cool. I know this is going to be like a big zone too. But the way your GBP moves, you're going to want to have a zone like this. Just to be sure. So I wouldn't want to second guess my zones. So this is how I'm spending my Thursday night. What are you doing for yours? I'm just curious. You don't need to... Oh, whoops. I mean, you don't need to be this obsessed, but if you're truly trying to learn price trap, I mean, how much time have you spent on the charts, right? EuroCAD. This one's tricky. There's so much choppiness. Oh, there's so much choppiness like right in here. So it wasn't really like that clear. So for this, I'd really play it so conservative. And again, this is going to be like one of those longer term trades. But if it plays out, it's going to be that 72 pip range. So it's like, let's say price does make it all the way up to break 88 pips down, and then move another 10, 12 pips down, and then go for another 200 or like 100. I mean, that's trading, folks. I really hope the people who watch this all the way through are in my DMs after to really understand this fully. And I can keep breaking it down, keep showing you, keep being consistent on the charts, keep posting it. But I really want to see these success stories happen in real life, because I know for me it's already done. I see these 9 figures as if they're already mine. I see that, Tesla Roadster in my garage, right next to my wife's Jeep and her Range Rover, and my son's Bentley, and my daughter's vehicles as well. Like, it's just there. I just think that if you imagine it in your mind, you can imagine it in that body that you have too. This is for EuroCAD. Yeah, like the structure is pretty. Like I wouldn't second guess this zone because it's been tested multiple times. Broke, test, broke, test, broke, test, broke, test, and then came back up finally. So yeah, like this is a pretty strong area, strong trade to look out for. Every single one of these, I mean, you got to remember it's the same thing over and over again, but still the concepts are the same. And I'm only done the E's right now. I got the rest of the E's, the G's, the N's, and the U's. So let's just keep going. Just keep hustling. I think I'm going to name this How to Mark Up Every Single Currency Pair or Price Trap, because that's literally all it is. This one's actually pretty cool. We might be seeing something for this one. Very exciting. Oh yeah, how I'm making these lines. I know everyone notices probably that I'm not going over here, clicking this, going to horizontal line, and then finding it and clicking it. Oh, sorry. Reason why, and I got stay in drawing mode on too. Reason why that I do this is I can literally, okay, look here. If you go on this, go to the lines. It says Alt H right here. So if you go anywhere on the chart and you press Alt H, it just creates a line. Here, creates a line. Here, creates a line. Here, creates a line. Creates a line. Creates a line. Okay, you get the point, right? It's just easier. I find it a lot easier than going over here, clicking, going over here, clicking, going over here, clicking. It's just so much movement and it's just easier, more accuracy, I think. I'm just so glad that this is being showcased because if nobody, I don't think if, for the people who are in IM Mastery Academy who are on this platform right now, that are learning how to trade, that are going through the motions, that are looking at Gold Cup, looking at things like, price trap and trying to understand how to utilize it and trying to understand what they're really getting. I hope this provides light to that. I just hope that one person watches this video that has the elite or the platinum package. They understand Gold Cup. They got the $10 add-on for price trap and they're ready to go for their trading journey. Then they actually take action on it and mark their zone up and ask for help. Look for resources because everything is it's not your lack of resources, it's your lack of resourcefulness that's gonna get you that next level in not just trading but just in life in general. A lot of people are gonna say that this doesn't work just because that's the person who they are, right? Some people just don't believe in themselves, and that's okay as long as you believe in yourself. That's really the key. But yeah, these trades though, right? Finally in the G's. We don't have that much to go, but I'm gonna roll through these real quick. A lot of other people ask me well, I mean, not really. The only reason why I did this is because one of my mentors, Christopher Derrick, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He does this, and if you say what they say, do what they do, you will eventually, through consistent effort and compounded actions, get what they got. Plus, it just feels good knowing that I can teach this to my children and have them know it and study it and practice it and also set their children free in the future, potentially, if they have children. All right, so that's comforting, knowing that your children or knowing that your friends could still create wealth even if the market crashed, or even if, let's say, God forbid, something bad happens to this economy and crashes, these financial markets will still be here because they're not going to abolish money anytime soon unless blockchain. I mean, that's a huge factor, but let's say, for example, it doesn't, hypothetically it doesn't, we could still keep trading these charts for years and decades and decades and decades. It's just so comforting to know that this skill set that I'm literally teaching you through application will not only build your confidence, not only build your discipline, but just build your belief in your ability to touch the keyboard and touch the screen and touch your trackpad or your mouse or whatever you're using, your phone. You can do this all on your phone too. It's pretty cool. It's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over again without wavering. Why don't you use other strategies? Because I know this one works. If I know something works and it's making people a lot of money, why would I want to do something else? If this is so simple and so easy, why would I want to reinvent the wheel? Why? If that makes sense to you, great. Doesn't make sense to you, then great. It doesn't make sense to me to, completely fill my brain with something that isn't even guaranteed. This isn't guaranteed either, but, neither is anything really. Except that old saying, taxes and death. Whatever. Oh, wrong one. GJ, good old GJ. And you notice how GBP CHF and GBP JPY are like super similar? Isn't that crazy? How they're like pretty much the same thing. So let's say you mark them up the same and the same thing happens. You have 2 trades or the equivalent of 4 trades because you're twin trading. That will happen. And then if you catch 100 pips on this one, 100 pips on this one, it's 200 pips. But if you're just focusing on one, that's only 100. So do you see what I'm saying? The strategy is the same. The parameters are set. If you're just the person that utilizes what's put in front of you and just gives it a go, I mean, there's no telling. There's just no telling what you could do, what you could be driving, where you could be living, what you could be eating, the people you could be around. There's just no telling unless you tell yourself. That's good. There's just no telling unless you tell yourself. It's pretty good, actually. I'm going to write that one down. You become what you think about most of the time. It's just so true. It's the honest truth. Like, a lot of people overlook speaking out loud in affirmation for reading the self-confidence formula out loud at work every single morning at my job. Crazy. But the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are usually the ones that do. And that's what's about to happen. You're literally oh my goodness. GBP CHF, GBP JPY, and GBP NZD. Look at how similar all 3 of these are. Boom, boom, boom. All pretty much the same. Isn't this wild? So now you have 3 times the pips, 3 times the trades. The Great Britain pound pairs, I guess, are going wild this week. So that's just another way you could trap price, wait for a breakout and a retest on 3 different pairs and have them all in your watch list, in your arsenal. and let's say one of them happens 1 out of 3, but that 1 out of 3 that actually happened is the one that goes for 300 pips. There you go, right there. That's your whole, that's a good week. Like, look at this. Come on. Are you serious? All right, now we're in the ends. Cool, we are getting somewhere. Who's still with me on this? If you clicked off the video by now, or if you have just stopped watching, and I appreciate you, even though you won't be able to hear this because you stopped watching. The reason why I put it down here is because this is a proper ceiling zone right here. Now I could always put it here. Oh, it's the wrong thing. I could always put these lines right here, and still this could work. Then I'm gonna go check in the back. Oh yeah, that actually does work. If you go back in time, this was a perfect level where it broke and retested. Floor, floor, floor. Becomes a ceiling. Catch this move, even after this close. There's your 100 pips right there. That is so amazing. It's so amazing. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep it like that. If you do something long enough, a ratio will begin to appear. It's about ratios, young one. No, I'm just kidding. I just really hope the audio is good for this whole video because I've been going really long on this. I want to make sure it's like actually good. And if it isn't, oh well. The charts are still here for y'all to get and look at. So even if it doesn't record the way I want it to, you still see me doing the actions, which is pretty much the premise of the entire video. Yeah. This one too. Oh, this one's going to be a lot more of a longer term trade too. Just because this is like a straight up too much choppiness in here. Like even though it's trending, I would say I would totally stay away from this one all in here. Yeah, I know it's a big range and a big zone. But like I said before, I'm not going to. And if we even go in the 4 hour, that's structure. Like that is structure right there. You can't argue with that. Ceiling, broke the ceiling, became a floor. Floor here, broke the floor, became a ceiling. Became a ceiling. Floor, ceiling, 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 ceiling. Floor, floor, ceiling, ceiling, ceiling. So, yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. This. Whoops. Thought I was on the. Yeah, like to be honest, I would stay away from this one just because there's so much choppiness over here. And there's not really a set structure. Unless. Yeah, it's just too much. So I wouldn't even trade this one in real life, to be honest. I would just kind of wait for structure to like wait information to print, like more candles. But just because I'm savage mofo, I'm still gonna mark it up and I'm still gonna post it just because I know that this strategy is like foolproof. Can't mess with it. Yeah, this floor and this ceiling. That's what I'm seeing right now. This one's really good. I like this. If you stayed the whole time, I want to thank you so much for your energy and your effort going through these charts with me, pausing it, unpausing it, all that stuff. It really means the world. And it also just shows me subconsciously, because I'm not there with you right now, who's serious and who's just curious about this whole thing. I'll be able to tell by the amount of views how many people are serious about their financial education. Like just drawing stuff on charts right now is financial education, whether you believe it or not. So if you have a financial education, nobody can really tell you anything because money just gives you more options to do what it is that you want to do with your life. I mean, that's simply put, like money, at least to me, is a huge factor for just everything, you know, paying for stuff, you know, buying things. Like, I mean, come on, it's, you know, it's universal. And until either we make so much money that it doesn't matter anymore, or we just eradicate currency altogether, which is a pretty neat idea. I mean, just, you know, until then, let's just milk these markets for all that we can. And I know this is long, but so is the journey. I know this video is long. So is the process of becoming a self-sufficient, profitable trader. Why am I laughing? Because life isn't so serious if you make it serious. I'm having fun too. Like, this is awesome. I'm really in a rhythm right now. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 3 left to use. This is how to mark up every single pair in these charts. And you know what's great too is I can like have these videos in my arsenal, like in my YouTube channel for good. And you know, once they're in there, they're in there. Like they don't get deleted unless somebody for some reason gets me blocked or something. I don't know why they would do that, but anyways, these videos are going to be up on my YouTube channel for years and years and years to come. So that way, anybody who was ever questioning if I really, really trade and if I really, really put the work in could just see for themselves that, you know, this shit, like this stuff is real. Like, sorry to curse, but yeah, this is real. Like, I don't play around with this. I really do it. And you're seeing clearly as I'm doing it right now, right in front of you. So, and I don't need to prove it to myself to anyone else, but it's just like, it's good to know. It's just good to know that it's being documented. You know, it's just reassuring. Most USDCAD. I like that one. That one the best. This one's cool. Wow. Yeah, this is what I would do for this. There. It's a ceiling. It's a floor. It's a ceiling. It's a floor. Floor broke. Ceiling. So this is a ceiling. Broke. So this is a floor. Floor broke the ceiling, or it broke the floor. Finally came back and retested as a ceiling. Now, if you're following the rules, you would have caught this entry right in the middle of the zone. You would have had 2 pip stop profit in place. Would have hit your 2 pip stop profit, and then now we'd be in this zone right here. So that's how that works. And again, these US pairs are extremely volatile, especially around this time of year. But that doesn't matter though, because all we have is 2 zones set up. And we're just waiting for the market to come to us. We're not forcing them to come to us. We're not hoping. We're just setting it out like that. That's why it's called price trap. It's because it's a trap. Because price has no choice but to move towards these. It can't stay in this level of consolidation forever. It just doesn't exist. Yeah, sure, there can be months or weeks or even days, hours, where there's no liquidity, there's no movement. Come on. How often does that happen? Okay, last one. Boom. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh. That's pretty neat though. Hey, look at this. Imagine this. Imagine this is another scenario just by adding this line right here. What if price does this? What if price breaks the floor, becomes a ceiling, drops for let's say 10 to 15 pips? You have your 2 pip stop profit in place, hits your 2 pip stop profit, completely shifts momentum, breaks this ceiling over here, comes back into retest, and then continues on for another like 200 pips. So that would be just by adding one line. That was crazy that I did that, which just actually taught me something right there, or showed you an example of what the market could actually do. So that was a practical learning right there. Cool. So this one, oh, finally, USD JPY. Sweet. What a way to end it off. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys who watched me go through these currency pairs, who really watched me show you how long it takes. How long am I going on this? I don't know. 30 minutes maybe? 20 minutes? Yeah, 40 minutes? I don't know. However long it is. But all the way from A, B, C, D, because I'm already in this one, to odd CHF. Just keep going. So price is trapped. Fair to say, right? Yeah, those GBP pairs are looking swaggy. Okay, look at NZD. Yeah, we are good to go. I don't trade gold, and I'm not doing this on Bitcoin. I just like to look at it. If I was going to do this for gold, this is what I would do. But this would be like a daily kind of thing. But other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. Oh, they look so tiny on the daily. Anyways, everything mark up on the 1 hour. You could use the 15-minute, the 30-minute, or the 5-minute even for entries. See, like, look at this. I'll show you this on the 5-minute for AUD, CAD. Did price do what it said it was going to do? That I drew up that was going to happen. Floor, floor, floor. Breaks the floor, becomes a ceiling. Right here, it could have been an entry. Or you could have waited and been patient and then caught this move right here. Or waited and been even more patient and caught this move right here. Remember, these entries aren't perfect. They're in the vicinity. So this still was a profitable trade. Why I drew this line right here is that's where my entry was. I entered off of this level, I believe, over here somewhere. And then, rode some drawdown for a bit, and then boom, and came back to even, and then boom, and came back to even. So it's an emotional roller coaster right here. Like, who would have been patient enough to see it go, 2 pips, or how many pips is that? Let's do it like this. Okay, so it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool, we're good. Got that 2 pip stop profit in place. Comes back, hits it. Would you be upset? No. Keeps going. 10 pips again. Back to 6. Like, look at the fluctuation in here. And then boom, finally, you get that 30 pip take profit in the first order. Sheesh. This is all in the 5-minute. We go to the 15 minutes, more clear. And this right now, we are running and floating 55 pips in profit. So I wish each and every single one of you guys happy trading. I hope you guys got value from this video. I sincerely wish that you're just as committed to me as I am on this journey. For a lot of us, this isn't just lines, graphs. This is like our lives. And I will be damned if anybody says that this stuff just doesn't work or anything. But that's it for me, guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you for watching. And if you took notes, great. If you didn't, all this is going to be posted. Like the charts that I drew up, it's all going to be in the description of the video. So that way you can have it to see how it's all structured. And then, like I said, on Monday, so it's Thursday, October 24th. So on Monday, the 28th, I'm going to re-upload a video just like this one, going through each and every single currency pair. And I know that's going to probably be a long one too, but I'm going to go through each and every single one, show you like how it happened, like how the markets played out. Because remember, we don't predict markets. We don't guess price. We just watch, observe, be patient, and respond to how the markets react off of the zones, the ceiling and the floors that I just drew for each and every single one of these currency pairs. I think there's like over 20 of them. So that's it from me, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching. More videos to come soon. So hit that subscribe button. I know I don't really ask for much, but hit that subscribe. It helps me out. And yeah, stay blessed.